So how we doing? Woo! Cool. All right, so I can start by, I need a favor. If you know somebody, like a parent, grandparent, or just a person you know that's near retirement or retired, but not living the retirement dream. In other words, they're strapped by monthly debt, mortgage payment, medical bills. Can you raise your hand? That's enough. All right. So as a reverse mortgage specialist, we have the answer to the problem when you're near retirement or you're retired and you're just struggling month to month still. It's a hard thing to do because you want to be retired and just living a dream. So with a reverse mortgage, what we can do is take out equity in your home. With that equity, you can do numerous things. One, you can pay off your bills. Two, you can actually set up a retirement account that's paying more income for you. So on top of Social Security and pension, you can set up with maybe even and there another stream of income. That's a great help. But I like stories better, so let me give you one of those. My parents worked their entire lives. They raised 4 kids. 3 of them, fantastic people. 4, well, we're talking to that person now. So, anyways, they worked their jobs up until retirement. The day they retired, they should have been thinking about what's next, where am I golfing, who am I cooking dinner with? Instead, they thought about monthly bills, like, how do we get through this? When's my youngest kid move out of the house? Things like that. With a reverse mortgage, they finally got to do the things they wanted to do. Golf, go see their friends, things like that. That's where it comes into play. It's a great thing. Another example, about 3 weeks ago, I got a phone call from a lady. I advertised somewhere, and I got a phone call from a lady who said, I don't want to make a mortgage payment. Next week she's closing, she's 76, she's not retired yet, but she's wiping out $3,000 of debt, which is fantastic. That's a good thing. So, So moving forward with that, there are a generation of people that came before us that worked their asses off to be retired, and they can't get to that retirement dream, and that's where the reverse mortgage comes into play in a giant way. So, like, if you wanted to think about the person you raised your hand for, that's someone that we can definitely help in the reverse mortgage field for sure. So when I was in 6th grade, it's my favorite story. We had to get up, and for the first time in my life, I realized I was nervous public speaking. I got up with a piece of paper and I did this, and I couldn't read it. So I'm a nervous public speaker, in case you didn't catch that. So let's jump forward to how to refer a reverse mortgage. It's pretty easy, how the whole system works. Basically, I need somebody who's 62 or older, and then has equity in their home. With that, we can set up a retirement plan to pay off bills, just make that retirement happen and make it a better thing. And then it also works in the purchase world, which I brought in 30 seconds. Let's say grandma wants to move down south to be next to the family. She sells her northern home for $400,000, wants to buy one here for $400,000. Well, that's an extrapolate with it. So we put on a reverse mortgage for $150,000. She's got the extra assets and she's got the freedom to have more money to play with there. So that's how the referral part works. Now, what else can you do with a reverse mortgage is you don't have to sell something to anybody whatsoever. Just if you know that person and you want to have them have a talk, it's a great thing. I sit down with elder couples and I explain how this can benefit them in a great way. Help them, go on a vacation, take the money out, go on a cruise. I know that guy too they can set up with, go on a cruise, go see Europe. But just to get the relaxation of, all right, I've got to this point in my life, I want to be set and I'm not. That's where we come in with a reverse mortgage and help them just get a better life and moving forward. That's a great thing.
Question?
Hi.
I thought you were finished.
No, go ahead. So I actually got on the spot and I got nervous. That was your question.
I know a little bit about reverse mortgages because I've been in that industry, but I think a lot of people don't have a clue, and I don't as well. So if somebody does a reverse mortgage, they're 65, they have that 500,000 equity in their house. What does that mean? Do they take a lump sum? Do they get paid? Who has to pay it back? Those questions.
All right, so that was me, my next statement is thank you.
Okay, sorry.
No, that's perfect.
Yeah, interrupted.
So, no, that was a good interruption, I was freaking out. So $500,000 in your home, we're gonna base, let's say you'll have your mortgage free, right? So we're gonna base the amount you get on age, value of the home, and current interest rates. The best formula to think, if you, like, when I first started, take the age minus about 25, that's gonna be the amount of equity you can blow out. So let's say you get $200,000 off of your $500,000 to use for whatever. So you do not ever have to make a payment on that. But the key is, in that, when I sit with people, this is what I tell them, it's a reverse mortgage. So when you get a forward mortgage, that first year of interest is 90% of your interest. This is reverse. So your first year of interest that you'd have to pay on 200 would be about $1,100. If you made that payment every year, that mortgage is never gonna go up. Who pays it off? That depends. So it gets paid off when you sell your home, or refinance out of it, or it's in a will, the house is going to your kids, that debt will be there for you. If the interest is paid every year though on that, the original amount's never gonna increase. So you can go through and never make a mortgage payment again. And you can, I have someone now trying to set it up with, I had to ask Ann earlier, can you actually do this? They're pulling out $209,000 and they're making a monthly payment, so Social Security, pension, and now a $500 monthly payment until that runs out, just to supplement the income. So, and applying for it, it's a lot different than a forward mortgage. We pull credit halfway through the process. As long as there's not foreclosure or bankruptcy or something there, they're approved, it's that easy. Income qualification, we don't count the mortgage payment because the idea is it's set up to, they're not making a payment. Everyone says they're going to, but they don't. And that makes sense. If you don't have to pay a mortgage, would you? Probably not. So that's how the process really works. From start to finish, the first conversation to the closing table is about 30 days.
And you have to have at least 50% equity, so you can't do this with $100,000.
Yeah,
It's a $500,000 home.
Yeah, at least 50% equity in a home. So you're not gonna get anything, and I get those calls all the time. And those are the ones where, they're not the great ones where the calls I usually get, I don't wanna pay mortgage anymore, and they're at 80% already. So you need equity in the home. So yes, yes.
Are you licensed in Florida, or can you work, where can you work?
I'm licensed in the state of Florida, and, I'm licensed in the state of Florida only. I can refer to go out of Florida, like I don't do it.
Gotcha, awesome.
Nice.